So this is the Transformers Generations 2025 magazine. It's published in Japan, and it's basically an entire catalogue of everything from the world of Transformers from the last few years. It has pictures of all the toys, information on how they were developed, and even includes a comic strip based around the Missing Link characters. So let's dive in and see what it's all about. We have this amazing drawing on the cover by the guy who did the Robot Chicken animation. Inside we have a huge poster. We see Devastator, we have a contents page, we have a history of Transformers. There is more history of the Transformers, especially the early days of the Japanese toys. We have Masterpiece, all about the new Optimus Prime hybrid. Then there's more details about the Prime. And then we have an interview with the creator of the Prime. And then we have some information on the classic Masterpiece Primes. We now go to Age of the Primes, and we see Devastator and Superion and the Aerobots and Constructicons. We now go to Age of the Primes with Star Convoy, Megatronus, and go through to see all the other Primes. We're then seeing all the other figures released this year rather, and then some of the movie figures. And then we go back to the last wave of Legacy to see what we had on offer there. Profiles of all the characters, and then finally the Bump of Chicken Convoy. Now next is the more premium products. So we have the Adamus Machina Predaking, and we have the Rodimus, and then a bit about Hearts of Steel and the Timelines ones, and then a section on Missing Link. The Missing Link figures, including the prototype RC, the Sunstreaker, the Cordon, and the Bumblebee and Cliffjumper. Then there's a section on MPG, which has the Super Jinrai with God Bomber and God Jinrai. And then we have the MPG Rat Trap and some of the other recent figures. We then move on to the collaborations, like the Ninja Turtles, the Synergex, the Godzilla, and then there's more on the collaborations. And then there's some of the 40th anniversary Takara exclusives. We have a section on the HasLab Leikaiser, and then a section on the Flame Toys Ultra Magnus. Next we have a catalogue of Wild King and explaining how that came about. We then have some Earthspark toys, and then some Transformers 1 figures, and then some more Transformers 1 figures. And then this is a interview profile on the Bump of Chicken Trigger Films anniversary animation. We have some screenshots, a description of it, and then we have a storyboard and interview about that film project. We then have a few more Transformers 1 figures, and then a section on things released outside of Japan. So we have the there's a few legacy figures there. We have the deluxe Insecticons, the multi-packs, the GoBot pack, and now there's the figures who we got for the comics, the G.I. Joe figures, so basically everything that wasn't released in Japan. And then a few more of the basic Cybertron Transformers 1 figures. And then there's an interview about Transformers toys for very young kids. And then a section on the comics, which are being re-released in Japan. And then Transformers Backstage, this goes into Missing Link. So we have all about Missing Link RC, the different designs, the different prototypes, how they planned that. Then there's a Missing Link Sunstreaker and Bumblebee. And then there's a good old interview about the Missing Link process. And we then have the MPG design documents and more about MPG. And then there was an interview about Wild King and how what the philosophy is behind Wild King. We then have a section on the Synergex with Zoids. And then after the end credits, we now get this Metro Wars comic strip, which is the tale of RC trying to find a spy. And she starts off as prototype RC, and by the end of it has become the pink RC. And so that is the Transformers Generations 2025 magazine.